Hey, I'm gonna hit record and I'll go take a piss.
Okay, so we can. Yeah, dude. Okay. Do you know how we start these?
No, I don't.
Dude, you haven't seen
I've never
these?
seen.
How dare you,
I have
dude.
not. I always see them, but I looked at it and it was pretty high quality. So
So you just like zoomed through it, but you didn't.
I like skimmed through it, but I never actually watched one from beginning to end.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. We normally start off with name, tag, and age.
My name is Aaron Espinosa. My tag is ALP, and I am 22 years old.
What does ALP stand for?
ALP. I was a big Pikmin fan when I was I was actually a huge Pikmin fan before I even used Olimar. I played Pikmin 1 and 2, and I love those games. And the tag means a leaf Pikmin. Like
A leaf Pikmin?
Yeah, it's like the bud Pikmin, the flower Pikmin. I'm the leaf Pikmin.
Is that like the red, blue, and yellow one?
There's no. I mean, all of them can be leaves. All of them can be leaves. All of them can be buds. All of them can be flowers. And I am just a leaf Pikmin. But I don't have a color. I like all the colors.
That's cool. Okay, so you showed up. I saw that you showed up to HTS.
Yeah.
I saw that you do perform really well in some of these tournaments. Why do you want to play Melee? Because I know you said, hey, I know I'm good at Ultimate, I know I'm good at Melee, but I want to stick to Melee and I want to do better in Melee.
Well, the main reason, Melee is just like a fun game. I got introduced to it by one of my friends who actually took me to a con one time. I think it was the Gamers Expo, and he happened to be paying for me. And I was gonna join Brawl that day because I started with Brawl. Yeah, like my competitive Smash career, I guess I started with Brawl, and my friend was paying for me. I was like, no, join Melee. I like older games more. Join Melee. And I was like, you know what? You're paying for me. I might as well join the game you want me to join. So I ended up joining Melee, and I actually found the scene. And that's how I met all the players. And it just kind of grew on me, over time. And I got good at it, so I thought, oh, might as well, keep on going with the flow.
So for people that don't know, you guys only play once every 2 weeks. We were able to have you guys show up here, and we did advertise it.
Yeah.
Does it suck only having that one time every 2 weeks? Because for Ultimate, we have already, you can go any day. Any day of the week, hey, you want to play Ultimate? Yeah, dude, let's go to whatever,
Well, with Melee, we had this thing where, we die, and then we, come back to life. So, at our peak, it's kind of like in the beginning, when I got into it, we would have, maybe 2 or 3 events every week. So, I was able to grind the game a decent amount to the point where it's even if I take a break from it, I don't lose too much of my skill. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really affect me too much, but it does make me a little sad that we don't have a lot of people coming out because people don't want to drive or they don't want to spend the money for it because it's kind of the same results all the time. But I feel like if they put a little bit more of a competitive drive into it, they could obviously improve and get better placings.
So for the people that don't know, you're number one here in the Valley, apparently, very consistently. What's your highest your largest performance or your greatest performance?
My best performance was probably 2 years ago. I won a tournament called Gravity. It was a monthly in San Antonio, and I beat Snowy, whose rank at the time he was good. He was okay.
Damn, dude, calling him poopy.
No, he's good. Snowy's great. I beat him. I think I beat him. I can't remember the bracket exactly, but the point is I ended up winning the tournament. It was like a 50-40 man tournament, and I beat Uncle Mojo, who was ranked number 1 in Texas at the time.
You were like, haha.
Yeah, it was great. I won $300 or $400 that day. And that might not seem like a lot to Ultimate players, but to me at the time it was a lot for Melee, especially coming from the Valley.
How has the release of Ultimate affected Melee? Because naturally I didn't follow day by day as to how Melee was doing before Ultimate. So how has Ultimate's release affected Melee?
Ultimate kind of, in a way, it didn't kill it, but it definitely hurt it. I think a lot of people, they have this bad mob mentality where they think, oh, new game, Melee's dead. But that kind of happened with Smash 4. But then over time, we actually got an influx of like newer players from Smash 4 into Ultimate. I mean, into Melee. So like the scene kind of grew a little bit because of that, and I feel like the same thing might eventually happen with Ultimate. Like I think eventually, like right now, today even we got like 7 new players. And, like,
You're welcome.
Yeah, I know, and they actually know how to play. I was freaking out. They knew how to wave dash, and knew how to L cancel, like all that nonsense.
Holy moly, this kid's good.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. All right.
Okay, so Evo not having Melee, I know must affect participation because for a fact, I love Dragon Ball FighterZ, but the moment that it's got removed from a few tournaments was the moment that the game is practically got reduced by incredibly. So it was at, let's say 100% was before Evo Japan says that it's not, that it's going to be there. And then after that, it goes probably to 20% participation from. That's how big of a change it was. So for Melee, how big of a change was it when Evo announced that Melee wasn't going to be there?
Actually, at the time, our scene pretty much reached like a static point. So like we would always have the same amount. So really, people just posted negative things on social media, like "Oh, Melee's dead." All these memes that came up. But
Dragon Ball died, dude. I mean, but it's just the community, I guess. Then in that case, what is the cause, or what is the community that causes it to be, hey guys, let's just keep doing what we're doing?
I think it's just because Melee is just a very fun game. Like, I mean, if people gave it a chance, it's, you know, you get to like, I don't want to like copy the documentary, but like you do get to express yourself. You get to like do all these like weird different combos that you would think not would work, but like they end up working on the screen just because, you know, you feel like it's going to turn out well, you know what I mean? And I just
Dude, I love that documentary before.
Oh yeah, the documentary is great.
Dude, later, dude, we'll get there.
But yeah, I just think Melee is a very fun game, and like it's reached a point where like everything you can learn is already there. Like everything's already online, so I don't think it's ever going to be too late to get into Melee. Only because we have all these different resources, all these different high-level players offering tutoring even.
Are you charging for tutoring?
Am I charging for tutoring?
Yeah, dude, I know. I mean, you can. You're good enough.
A lot of people have asked me if I would do that, but a lot of the people in the valley, like, I like to teach them for free. Like, sometimes I forget because I'm very forgetful. I offer tutoring services, and then, like, I stop messaging people. But
How dare you?
I'm a very forgetful person.
Messed up, man.
I'm a very forgetful person, but...
That's real. That's cool, though. That's very considerate.
Yeah, if people come to me, I'll teach them Melee, and I'll, like, show them the ropes, all that nonsense. It's not as hard as what people make it out to be. You just have to, like, warm up your fingers to it.
So we just announced our Smash League for Ultimate, and we're gonna have captains and players. I'm pretty sure you were you could have been a player. You could have signed up as a player. What made you say nah?
I actually was busy with work at the time, and
You didn't see it?
Yeah, I saw the post, but I was kind of focused on other things, so I didn't really like delve into it. I mean, if I like knew, I would have, but
You would have signed up?
yeah, I would have. But
Are you planning on signing up for season 1?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, can I still do that?
Once preseason was generally complete, yeah, we'll open the applications for season 1.
Yeah. Well, yeah, then yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah.
That's cool, dude. I'm really excited to see a bigger turnout. So what team would you like to be drafted in? What's your favorite mascot? What would you like to be?
What were they again? They're the Ocelot?
It's an ocelot, eagles, raccoons, and ravens.
Oh my gosh! I mean, the closest thing to a fox would probably be an ocelot, maybe, right? Right, or a raccoon?
Why a fox? That's very specific.
I made fox in Melee.
Oh.
I made fox in Melee. So
Yeah, we're planning on adding more teams, so. Fox, bro.
I mean, yeah, I think it'd be the ocelots then.
Okay, you've seen
And
the
also, I was when I did used to go to college, I was on the Brownsville campus, and you know, where the ocelots or whatever at the time.
Hey, we're back.
Say again?
We're back, dude.
Yeah.
The ocelots are back, right?
Oh, really?
No, I mean, I have no idea. I'm just memeing out here.
I'm sorry.
Is there anything, I guess at this point I'd just keep asking you to repeat certain things. Is there anything that you want to say to the community?
I love you guys. I love our Smash community. Everyone's chill here. I like Ultimate. A lot of people probably think I don't, but like I actually do love Ultimate. I actually might like Ultimate more than Melee at this point, but not like it more as like a game as a whole. I think I just like it more at this point because I'm learning more than what I would be in Melee.
Yeah. You already know Melee at this point.
Yeah, I already know Melee. What else can I talk about? I can't think of anything else.
You're good.
Do you have any more questions for me? I mean,
what's your?
There could be more. I know you got something in your head.
Do you want me to ask you?
Yeah.
All right, dude. We'll keep going, dude.
All day, dude.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
Where do you?
I'm waiting for my next set. So.
Where do you find a CRT TV for the people that want to join Valley? Where do you find one? And okay, so personally, the reason I hate the idea of doing a Melee tournament is simply because of how difficult it is to move the CRTs. For example, the TVs that I do move, or the monitors, I can stack 3 for the space that 1 CRT would take. Even the Mickey Mouse one that you have right there, it takes up the space of 3 monitors
it's a rough
that I would move around, you know?
It's a rough
So, how do you get a CRT TV? And how do you deal with the fact of moving so many?
I mean, most of the time you could ask like a lot of your older family members or like, you know, like
grandparents.
Your grandparents, yeah, they might have like a CRT line.
You're right. At my grandma's house, we do have a CRT.
Really? They do?
Yeah.
We could probably use that for the scene. Like, no joke. We could probably use that.
This is such a meme at this point.
We also have the Goodwill. Goodwill always has CRTs, and they sell them for like $5.
You go to a pawn shop and find one? I don't think you can at this point.
You can.
Do you know by any chance when was the last time they manufactured a CRT?
I actually have no idea.
Seems like it's been a while though.
It has been a hot minute. We actually do have. It's a new thing. I think Hungrybox like always promotes it. It's like
the old school.
No, they have like a thing where you could use an HDMI for Melee now, and you can connect
it's called little old school, where you move you do the 3 ports into an HDMI.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. And it's like I don't know why we haven't done that. Actually, I think we do.
I don't think he lies that.
I think it's because it's too expensive. I thought
they were like $20.
Really? I have no idea. I don't know why we.
I know at Goliath they sell them, and I don't think they're that expensive.
I know in San Antonio they already do the HD monitors. Like whenever I go over there for their weeklies, we play on HD monitors. And
is it bad? Like the frame?
It is not bad. It feels probably even better than a CRT. It's like it's supposed to be like 1 ms. It's supposed to be like perfect Melee.
How do you practice in online? I guess other than
we have Netplay.
Okay, how did that get developed? I guess it wasn't in the documentary, and I've seen so many people play on this thing and play online Melee, but I've yet to see anyone actually mention how it came to be.
I actually don't know how it happened, but
you're just happy it's there.
I'm just happy it's there, and I go on and I like get ranked, blah blah blah. I'm trying to think of things we could talk about.
How'd you get good, dude?
How did I get good?
Okay, so a lot of the issues that a lot of players run into, or the wall that they run into, is they come to a tournament, they think, I beat all my friends, bro. I'm so good at this game, dude. They're wrecked. I'm wrecking these kids, you know? O2.
People, honestly, they beat themselves up too much. They don't understand that, like, you know, it's going to take some losing before you even get good at the game. A lot of people actually go to tournaments without practice, and they're like, oh, why am I not improving? It's like, well, maybe you should, you know, turn on the game at home, or maybe you should, like, study videos. Like, there's like a bunch of different methods to like practice this game, or like Smash Bros in general, that a lot of people don't do. And I think if they did that, they would see actual results. But a lot of people just get into this really bad mindset where they just, you know, and then they stagnate, you know?
How much do you practice? Oh, okay. I guess not at this point since you already rank 1. But how much did you practice to get to where you are right now?
I practiced a lot, actually. For Melee, at the time, I had a lot of free time. So you have to get very good at tech skills. So with Melee, I grinded tech for like maybe 5 months. And like I'd play like every day for like 8 hours, or like even more than 8 hours with my brother. But I'd take breaks, obviously. Like I'd take breaks, I'd drink water.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're going to sit in front of a TV and not move. Yeah. You know, someone calls you, dude, I'm not going to answer that.
Because with Melee, my idea, well, when I saw the game, I was like, oh, why am I going to attempt to execute like these ideas I have when I don't even have like, you know, the tech skill to do it? So I got good at the tech skill, and then I started studying neutral, studying videos, stuff like that.
Are you scared that Melly at one point won't have any regional tournaments? Because like I was saying, logistics-wise, it's difficult to even have CRT TVs. Some players, while I guess some are starting to get into the habit of playing on monitors, they hate it. So for tournament organizers such as myself, we dislike running the tournament, not because we hate the game at times. The only reason I dislike Melee is the fact that it can never be updated. Yeah. I know that there was an update, they were updating it, and then they went too crazy on it, and people stopped using it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people mod Melee all the time.
So, yeah, that's, I guess the question is, what would you do if they finally stop holding regionals and big events for Melee?
I mean, I would still play here. I mean, I got to top 5 in Texas without going to too many like regionals or like events like that.
You just like playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, we have net play still, so we could practice on net play. I mean, I'm gonna play with my brother regardless because I like the game. Yeah.
Hey, LP, your games.
Yeah, I do. Wait, did I win the raffle?
No, they're calling up the tournament, I thought.
Yeah, but I'm already out of Ultimate.
No, for Melee, aren't you?
Yeah, but someone else is a TO for Melee. And he was a TO for Ultimate.
The TO for Melee left, dude.
Yeah, well, the TO for Melee is now another guy.
Dude, we're getting distracted.
Yeah. Well, people are probably wondering, like, how, like, I know it's, like, dumb to say, but, like, people...
Say it.
People doubt that I'm like the best Smasher overall, which is actually I kind of.
Okay, actually that's so true. Why have you not competed in bigger regionals? Why stick to the locals? A lot of issues that a lot of people have. So a lot of the top Ultimate players they do this. It's so frustrating to me. Not all of them will admit to it, right? But they'll avoid coming to tournaments near the end of the season because they don't want to D-rank. So why? So I guess you have to disprove this one. Why don't you go play in bigger tournaments more often?
Work.
Okay, let's say you managed to get a sponsorship. Would you take it?
I used to be sponsored.
But okay, in a bigger sponsorship sense.
No. Oh yeah, 100%. I would probably maybe talk to my workplace about getting different days off. Maybe, I mean, technically I could go to more tournaments and I could request the days off, but I don't want to be, you know, like, I don't want to be that guy that always requests days off. And it's like, oh, do we really need
you end up a hypocrite.
Yeah. And I do want to go to tournaments, just, you know, just life is so busy.
So you would have gone to the Pound?
I 100% would have gone to Pound. I would love to go to Pound. I want to go to everything. I'm planning.
What's the next big Texas? I think Texas Showdown, isn't it?
Low-tier city.
Low-tier city. Are you going to low-tier city?
I'm going to be going to low-tier city.
Okay, so if you win first place, see, that's a good point for sponsorship. So why don't you stream also? I mean, you being as popular as you are with the Melee guys would love to watch you stream.
I don't have the equipment. I never ended up buying it. I mean, I could, but then I'd have to save up for it. Because if I do stream, I would want like a higher end quality stream, but I don't have.
You don't have to.
I don't have the
you got to start at the bottom, you know, like us. You know.
I used to stream a while back, but I stopped.
Our stream.
I just focused on other things, you know, like real life stuff.
Reality, you know, it catches on to us. We're running away from it, but in the end, you know.
Yeah. I mean, eventually we all grow up, you know. We stop. I mean, no, that's not true.
You still got an H-Box. That guy, how old is he?
H-Box is like 25.
See,
he's
an adult.
He's an adult, and he does have.
He looks so much older.
He does look old.
Does he smoke or something?
I have no idea. I've actually played him before. I played him in a tournament.
How'd you do?
I got destroyed. I got wrecked. And it's funny because at the time I considered Puff to be my best matchup, and then he just like stomped on me. But I don't even think it was a matchup thing. I think he just out-neutraled me, and his punish game.
When was this?
That was at DreamHack 2016.
Dude, it's been a while, dude. You don't know how you'll do against them now.
Yeah.
It's because, like I said, since Melee isn't getting constantly updating, and I understand that the meta kind of changes the format of it as to what's better as the game still ages. But isn't there a point where you can say, hey, this player is hit that ceiling kind of thing?
Well, I mean, the gods are still getting better, I think. I mean, they're like always like optimizing the game, so I don't think there is definitely a ceiling, but it's gonna be a while before someone. Actually, no, I don't even think there is a ceiling. I just think, as of right now, I don't think there's a ceiling. I guess that's my stance on that.
Do you think it's just a lack of practice that we end up with situations where HBox is doing so well, but then again, we know that Mongo isn't practicing Melee, Leffen isn't practicing Melee. Well, Leffen didn't go, but I know, for example, that Mongo isn't practicing Melee as much as he used to. Do you think that's an issue, though, as to why we're naturally never going to be as good as them? Because we call them the gods for a reason, right? But they're practicing less and less, so it's making their level of play style. It'll never, but naturally their level is something higher than ours.
I think they still have the ability to beat HBox. I actually personally think that their skill level hasn't super like lowered. I think it's like they just don't get exposed enough to HBox. But I think Mango could still do it. I mean, he won like a set at Pound, I think.
Yeah, it was 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2. So they can definitely still do it. It's just a matter of grinding it out and like actually discussing what to do versus Puff. And like Mango has all these like weird ideas that's like he's not afraid to go in, and I think that might be something players might have to start doing against HBox to beat him. It's hard with HBox. He's just good.
Let's call it a closing question with, what is your fondest memory of playing in Melee? And why is this memory going to be the last one? Because you're going to go play Ultimate now. I'm memeing, of course, but...
Is it fine if we have two fond memories?
Sure, yeah, hit me.
All right. I guess my fondest memory would probably be when my first tournament, because, it means a lot to me. It's like how I met all these players, how I got into the scene. And I guess a second would be when I actually got Melee. I think we got for Christmas, and they brought the GameCube in, and they brought Melee in. And I plugged it in, and I used Fox, and I just up B. I was not a good player. I just up B everywhere. And that was just my idea of Melee at the time. But at the time, it was like the greatest thing in the world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that was it. That's ALP and his fondest stories and everything. You basically told us everything that we need to know about you.
Everything.
Okay. Dude, for the next one, dude. We'll get you on the next one, dude.
I have a lot more I could talk about. But yeah.